Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to Planescape Torment.
Done.
Alright, we got some more people to talk to. I eventually do want to go talk to Ignis, but he's going to be last. Let's talk to LA. Or Elias? Okay. You see a trim, muscular man dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in the city. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want? He asks. Who are you? I am Elias, warrior of renown. Surely you have heard of me. No. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none in this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again. And here I had thought my fame has spread across the world. What world are you from? I come from the city of Alaburn on the river Tame. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders. No matter, no matter. This place is benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I am told that my land is what is called a prime by denizens of this city, although a prime of what, I don't know. How did you get here? I was chasing my old foe, the villainous life-shade Tyr Tanelil. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, and then continues. He conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him and found myself here. Sounds like quite the adventure. I had other questions for you. What knowledge do you seek? So who are you? Okay, yeah. Who are the patrons of this tavern? I have only met the elderly Ebb Creeknees, who has been instructing me in the ways of this city and the plains. My foe's spells must have catapulted us far across the world, for I know of no plains near our former location. No, plains, as in planes of existence. There are planes of the imagination, of thought and belief. They are not physical prairies or grasslands, but other dimensions. A look of confusion passes across his face. I understand. What the old man said is starting to make sense. Excuse me, I must think this over. So that's all I get from him? Okay, that's fine. Ilquix. You see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face. From the lines of his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that it can barely hear his words. Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you? Greetings. I would like to ask you some questions. Who exactly are you? I am but a humble man with a slight flowery, poetical bent and a tendency towards the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here. I should be most eager to teach you the ways of power. Perhaps some later time? Yes, I'd like that for now. I have some other questions. What can you tell me about this place? This place? The Smoldering Corpse Tavern? A fine establishment with a fine owner. Barkus is a true gentleman and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one can possess. They drive people. I have some more questions. What can you tell me about the patrons of this place? The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most, and I find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures towards the pair of Abishai sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that O character. I am still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. There are folk of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I am too discriminating. Why do you despise creatures of law? Ah, fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been more on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Candrian Illborn, a misnomer if I ever heard one, of the plains. He fancies himself a great plain walker. To return from my digression, I have lived many years with chaos and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law and in those creatures there is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion. I very much agree. Ilquix smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Did you have any more questions? Who is that burning man? That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature Drusilla can help you. I have some other questions. I think that's it. Nothing? Farewell. You know what? I'm just realizing something. Do I want to wait until I level up? Because I'm getting experience, right? Let's take a look at the statistics. I'm easing up towards level 5. I know that you can switch. I'm going to quick save the game real quick. I know that you can switch to different classes. I think all I have to do is talk to Dekon.
What is your will?
Can I talk to you about your teachings? Can you teach me anything of the art, Dekon? Know that I am not a teacher in this, but know that I may serve as a guide. I do not know how humans come to be versed in the art, but when you learn the art, return and ask again. I'll ask again when I'm a mage then. Okay. So, I have to learn how to be a mage first before I can do that, so I guess I am locked into warrior for the moment. I know you can ask Ignis to make you a mage. What do you think? You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago, got all bubbed up, smashed up the place. I left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages, so you plucked out your own bleeding eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink, pal? I got your eye. I don't... Not interested right now. Answer some other questions for me instead. Hurry it up, will you? I've got paying customers. Who are you? Whoops, no, wait. My bad. Who are you? Me, I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place. What is this place? Didn't you see the sign out the front? Didn't you see the burning over the furnace when you came in? It's the Smoldering Corpse, Cutter. Best damn bub house in Sigil. At least it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' ward, and they got fiendish taverns salt around the rest of the hive, but none of them got a character of the Smoldering Corpse. Who is the corpse, anyway? Him? Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard, burned down pieces of the hive, and got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages. You want to know more about him? Go talk to Drusilla over there by the door. I'd like to know something else? What can you tell me of the patrons here? I didn't make it a point to interfere with the lives of the people who give me their hard-earned jink unless they ask me to. So, over there is Candrian, Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about any planeswalking questions you may have. He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there is Ebb Creeknees, an old Harmonium basher. Don't hold that against him. And a tout. He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. Them fiends over there are Ethelgrin and Tegarin. Word of advice, don't deal with them. They may be low rankers in the fiend hierarchy, but they're still fiends. Then you got Ilquicks over there, not trustworthy, and some mercy killers looking to do for some poor sod. Dakon the Githazari is a mystery to me. Don't know much about him. He don't talk much. Finally, you interested in earning some free bub? Yes. There's a bubber over there against the far wall, hanging around in the shadow, who's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. I want you to make sure she don't do that. You do it and you get free bub for life. I'll do it. I'll let you know when I'm done. So there's
I'm gone.
Somebody over here. Whoops. Is that the patron? Morkai, is that who you're talking about? Are you coming to talk to me? Yes. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you, you, over here. You notice there's something wrong with her, and your exposure to the dustman led you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink? Not really a dustman, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money instead of giving it out for the corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain. No, I'm not a dustman. I found these robes on the street, and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I heard there was a dustman thief around, but you could probably find him somewhere else in the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm not planning on it. You have to know you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions. Well, what do you want to know? Who are you? Me, I'm Mokai. I just like to drink here, and she loses her train of thought momentarily. I'm just a person, you know? All right. Tell me about this place. Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Can't you read? You more bub than I am? Okay. About the other patrons here? Don't know, they're just dumb people. I don't deal much with people, at least unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you hopefully. Who's the burning corpse? He's not a corpse. He's some crazy wizard. Oh man, she is. Okay. Barker says, time for you to sell your tab. Pay up. She jumps a little and her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety. What are you going to do? Ask you to pay up. Now. I can't afford it. Can you spot me just 10%? I'll give it to him and he knows I'll pay the rest. How much? Can't you think of another way to pay him? Another way to pay? Ha! She smiles sadly. You could always, kill me. I could, but what's that over there? I could, but I'd rather find another solution. She looks at you a moment longer, swaying where she stands, and then says, I'm alright. Would you want something else? Yes, some answers. Poison or drink with some embalming fluid. Okay. How much do you need? I think I need 100 coins to get started on that debt. Can you think of another solution? I distracted her. Over where? She whips her head around to stare where you're pointing. And pause for a moment. She focuses her drink out of eyes. I don't see anything. I don't want to just straight up kill her. Got no reason to. Okay, answer me some questions. But I don't want to just straight up pay the tab either. I have 100 coins. How much do you need? I'll lend you the money. Here, take it and pay up now. She pockets your drink, glances briefly toward the door, almost as if she's weighing her chances of dashing out, sighs heavily. He realizes there's no chance and begins to walk glumly toward the bar. My thanks, I suppose. Don't mention it, and don't even think about heading for the door until you've paid up. I will slaughter you.
All right.
Maybe that'll come back to me later. Really don't want to talk to those. Let's talk to O. You see a man standing stock still. He isn't even moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure, bell-like tone. Well met, wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? Do you know me, stranger? As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. I have spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence. What do you know of me? How do you know this? I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz around for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan for your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You alight on others to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I have watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker? Who are you? I am O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a singular letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a town. What sort of a name is that? It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am written the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic. And so what does that mean? The divine alphabet is written the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers, sisters, a single word translates to the two in your mind, and I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought, we are reality and concept, and all the unimaginable. Alright, tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand, no mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension of all but the most powerful of powers, and once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain it no more than that. Perhaps sometime you will understand. So what are you doing here? Why, I am watching the ebb and flow of mortality. And what do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives' nests from the slimmest of branches, and when the wind shakes your home life free, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you and to all mortals, stop acting like an insect and start acting sentient. I'll think about that. I'm looking for a journal. It's urgent. Do you know where I might find it? I know where you can find it, but it is not my place to reveal such information. Rest assured you will find it, as well as the man you seek. What do you know of that? I know that your journey takes you far beyond your journal quest, to the very edges of existence. You will struggle for life in your very spirit, and I do not tell you more regarding this. Alright. Tell me of the patrons of this tavern. The patrons of this place are varied, yet all mortal. Like all mortals, their concerns are limited, with the potential for blossoming into actual truth. I can tell you this, though, you may find a companion dear to your heart here, at least as dear as your heart will allow. I think I should be insulted by letting that slip. Answer another question, will you? Tell me about yourself. Alright. What are you? Okay, so this just cycles through. Farewell. Well, who have I not... Let's talk to Barkus. Well, Mokai is coming to talk to him, so let's see how that goes. I think all I have left is the Fiends and Ignis. I don't want to deal with the Fiends right now. Can you go back here? Alright, so that's just a back door that doesn't work anymore. Alright, so she is settling her debts. Okay, good. I'm going. You don't have to pester me. Just make sure. Get going. Alright, you won't be having trouble with Mokai again. Then, friend, you have your full bar privileges for free. Anything you want, anytime. That must have been a pretty big tab she ran up. You don't know the half of it. You want a drink now? Set me up. You want a drink? You got a drink. This is what we got for you. Beer, bitters, mead, elemental water. I need that. Arborian fire wine and fire seeds, cursed heart wine, and Batorian whiskey. What'll it be? Water. He moves back to a keg on the wall and turns the spigot. The clearest water you have ever seen pours from a nozzle into the glass he holds beneath it. He sets it down in front of you, and you take a deep draught. When it is the purest thing you have ever tasted. A coldness inherent to the water itself, a feeling of air that passes over your tongue and into your stomach, where its coolness calms even the raging of your passions for more. From the heart of the elemental plane of water, Bartus snorts. Any other water you ever drink is going to taste dirty by comparison. Alright. I'd just like to ask, quite an experience, thanks. I need the elemental water for Mortis, or for Ignis, I think. The crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. Greetings. Examine it. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above is sagged and bent from the heat. At first, you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly towards the ceiling. The thing makes no response. It rises slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know within some shadowed corner of your memory that the thing is dangerous. I thought you could, This time, Drusilla seems slightly more lively. At least, you don't catch a glimpse of the despair you smelled on the first time you spoke with her. Hello again, traveler. Like, answer questions for me. Yeah, I've already asked her this. I'm gonna quick save the game. Is there something you can give me to... Information. Okay, never mind. Something to drink. Water. Okay, forget it, bro. I need, like, something to carry it over to him, I think, maybe. Who knows? Let's talk to the Mercy Killers. An armored behemoth. This man is huge. He also seems to have a very keen eye. He misses nothing that transpires around him. It also seems he has no interest in speaking to you. Hello? The man stares at you as if you were some sort of bug. He stares at you, blinking slowly. He turns his head, then dismissing you without a word. Very well, then. I'll find my answer someplace else. I gotta talk to these guys. You see a scaled fiend who looks very similar to the one standing next to him. In addition to the pierced left ears, both are black-hued and reptilian, with bat wings tucked against themselves. This one is missing a tooth in his right side. Ah, Tegarin says, our old friend has returned to pay us a visit. So he has, Aethelgrin, so he has. Yet his eyes do not gleam as they once did. What do you suppose brings him back to us? What does bring you back to us, friend? What are you doing? What are we doing? Why, it is not perfectly clear, old friend. We are on leave from our beloved assignment, taking for ourselves some much-needed rest, and perhaps inducing some additional recruitment for our glorious cause. Our superiors fully support our presence, to be sure. In a more immediate sense, we are taking our entertainment in this delightful establishment. And of course we are celebrating the return of our old friend. However, the stench of the breezes, which occasionally waft the sense of goodness in the door, debases us somewhat, leaving us physically, mentally, and spiritually weaker. Fortunately, the air in this ward of the city carries a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Wouldn't you agree? Again, the fiend smiles broadly at you. Who are you? Ah, Aethelgrin, time has robbed our companion's memory. You honestly do not recall us, do you? Truly, I am aggrieved. As am I, Tegarin, truly aggrieved. Yet I rest easy. It has, after all, been many hundreds of years, and we know how the minds of mortals tend to dissipate with age. Ah, well spoken, old friend. We are a pair of Abishai on leave from our current assignments in Beator. I am Tegarin, the thrice damned, so named for my ability to find the best in every situation. And this is Aethelgrin, who has earned himself no special name, though not for lack of trying. What do you mean? Aethelgrin ignores you as it responds to his companion. And once again, Tegarin, you have cut straight to the truth of the matter, though perhaps it is best not to have earned that sort of notice one bearing the name thrice damned must have incurred. Morte whispers to you, Boss, I don't like this. They're not supposed to be here. The Blood War hasn't kicked the celestial asses bad enough that any fiend can go on furlough. They want something. Tread carefully. In the meantime, Tegarin continues to respond to his companion. It is in its turn. Tegarin ignores you as it replies to his comrade. Once again, I maintain that any notice is better than no notice at all. The Abishai turns back to you. Old friend, does this answer your questions to our identities? I suppose it'll have to do. What is this place? This is the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, one of the most entertaining taverns your kind has seen fit to erect in the city. The poetic justice of the burning fellow at the front of the establishment is really quite a fine touch. Is there something else you wish to ask? Tell me about fiends. As we see it, there are two kinds of fiends, those who are correct and those who are not. Our side, that of Beatizu, is correct. The other side, that of the cursed, hated, chaotic Tannery, is incorrect, and must be exterminated. We hold the Tannery directly responsible for the Blood War. Were it not for them, we could have settled the lower planes in peace, and we wouldn't have all the bother fighting this wretched war, nor would the unfortunate spillovers into other planes be such a cause for concern among the mamby-pambying do-gooders. The Tannery are directly to blame for the multiverse's state of affairs. That's not what I was asking. I wanted to know what differentiates you from them. The fiend pauses a moment, then brightens. Ah, yes, you see, we represent law and order. Those who break the law must be punished. If we have no law, we have only anarchy, and surely you can see what anarchy has done for the Abyss. It has spawned horrors beyond imagining. Any excesses the Beatizu state may have indulged in are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by the Tannery. We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries. Okay, do you know a collector named Tharod? Tharod? I have heard the name. Is he not a sage of some sort? A necromancer, or is he a diviner of rubbish? I have heard of him, friend, but do not have the pleasure of his company. Perhaps one of the other patrons here can help you. I'm looking for a journal. I have no journals, friend, and I counsel that you should not either. Ask my dear Tegrin why, and you shall receive enlightenment. Very well, Tegrin, why should I not keep a journal? Because, friend, it is easy to make the mistake of committing a true word to posterity, and easier still for someone you once trusted, and here he shoots a glance full of venom at Aethelgrin, to find that word and use it against you. Indeed, it can even lead to actions tantamount to desertion. Leaving or losing a journal can cost you your very existence. Boss, I'm more sure than ever these Bergs ain't on the up and up. Sounds to me like they deserted, like they're looking for some angle that'll elevate their status in Beator. You don't want to be talking to them, boss. You don't know what game they're playing, and you could get burned, literally. Alright. Why is that is that a little floating skull I see? There's a lovely sweet scent of Beatorian decay about you, my pretty. Perhaps we should discuss this later. The Abishai returns his attentions to you. Now then, you said you had some questions. No, I'm done here. Alright. Well, there's that. Oops. My bad. Oops, my bad again. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run back real quick and turn those quests in. And we'll figure out how to recruit Ignis between now and next time. Oh, we got a Hive Thug on me. A couple Hive Thugs. Take him down! I'm taking the moment to enjoy the lack of talking because I can only really record 3 or maybe 4 of these in one go because my voice is just gonna fail at this rate. What's funny is that I know full well that I have auto or a quick loot and I didn't use it. Somebody's just aggroed me again. What the hell? Stop attacking me. I'm trying to get through.
Damn. Rock sings true.
Sorry, I got everything's kind of pausing over and over again. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff over to him. Can he identify this earring? I gotta find a way to sell some of this loot. He does not have the spells memorized, but he does a copper earring. And this just has coins.
I'm gone.
And there's a Githzeri townsperson. Another harlot. This exits to somewhere. A Bariar. I need to talk to them after a little bit. What does this go? This is a warehouse, but I don't need to go to the warehouse. I need to go turn in these quests. I guess collecting experience and money isn't terrible.
Rock sings true. I'm hurt.
Yeah, and I need to find some time to regenerate. There we go. Let's go turn stuff in. So we got 2 things to look for here. we got to find Ingress. And we got to find Serptai. There we go. I found the starved dogs barking and penned 3 of them in the dead book.
Updated my journal.
The powers be not blind in their justice this day. The woman reaches into her spider-like hair and draws forth a copper earring. Here you are. A pretty bit it should fetch. 'Tis worth 23 or 33 coppers at least, I'm sure. Belonged to one of me sisters. She won't be needing it anymore. All right, farewell. Nice experience, too. And then Ingress, you. Greetings, Ingress. You, she squints at you. What is it you want now? You want me to leave? Not leaving the city. No, I'm not. I can't. I tried. It's not a city. It's a prison everywhere. Ingress, I found someone who can take you back to your home plane. I want to go. Want to leave this place. His name is Kandrian. He should be along shortly to help you. Trust him, alright? Ingress says nothing, merely nods quietly, her teeth chattering inside her mouth. I'll be back and meet Kandrian at the Smoldering Corpse bar and make sure everything turned out right. Be strong.
My journal.
Yep. And I do have... There we go. There's the other quest, the little dungeon crawl quest. Deal with that next time. Let's go back to talk to Kandrian and see how that went. Is this just money? Oh, this. Wait, what? I'm gonna take that. That's a green steel knife. That's actually valuable. All the way back to the Smoldering Corpse bar. And I fully realize that there is
All right.
a oh crap. This is where I was supposed to be ambushed. There was that dude over there, one of the barking dogs fellows, a named NPC I can talk to. Oh well, that's just as well. I was able to take him down. Gotta find a place to sell all this jewelry at. Oh, did I drop that earring earlier? Did it just drop to the floor? Give me a second. Let's move back here. When I got that reward, and she rewarded me that earring. I don't remember. I don't remember if that's that earring or if I had another one on me. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anything I need to pick up here, so apparently I got it. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's get this done. And I fully realize that time's marching on. I will try and figure out how to deal with things. I thought it had to do with getting him elemental water. Let's go to the bar.
I'm gone.
Talk to Kandrian. The Tooth Woman wanted you to have... Kandrian stands as you approach him. The Tooth Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hands. She wanted to express her thanks, even out the balance books, as it were, and be done with the damn things. In the palm of his hand are Ingress's dancing teeth, and he smoothly deposits them into your hand. Enjoy them, Seeker. Got other questions?
Updated my journal.
Okay, that's actually good. Forget it. Farewell. So we got that done as well, and the teeth that he handed me are 1d6 crushing used by Morte. He's currently using Morty's bite.
Hey, come on.
Okay. So you just replace his teeth. That's funny. Alright, with that having been said, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's been the RPG Crawler with Planescape Torment. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.